Welcome to this episode of Island by Film. My name is Wes. Today we're going to be talking about the Vessi Stormburst high top shoes in space black. I'm going to give my complete review on these shoes, give you my impression from one big guy to maybe another one out there, even some of the lighter weights. So stick around in this video and see what I think about these new Vessi high top shoes after 1 month's use. Okay, so first things first about these shoes, I'm going to be showing some unboxing footage here so you can kind of see what the unboxing experience is. I don't want to leave it at just a commentary with unboxing. But you'll see some of the footage in the background as we're going through. Great unboxing experience overall, but I want to kind of start with my experience at the Vessi store in Vancouver. I know that not everyone's going to be able to have this option to purchase in-store at a Vessi store, but I have to tell you, we arrived at a very busy mall in Richmond, and when we got inside, there was a lineup outside the door, and I thought, man, this is going to be a bit of a marathon, and I've been wanting to buy a pair of Vessi shoes for probably about maybe 2 years now, and just really avoided them because A, I'm very, very hard on shoes, and B, I'm picky when it comes to shoes. I need to have comfort, and I've got a bit of problems with my feet. Specifically, I've got a reoccurring issue with plantar fasciitis, which is a very painful heel condition and require the use of orthotics in my shoes, and I get semi-regular treatment. So, I mean, that's kind of a long story there, but I think it's kind of pertinent or relevant to my review specifically because some of you out there are looking for a shoe with really, really great comfort. We see all the advertisements with these shoes, the videos posted online about how waterproof they are, and I live on the West Coast, live on Vancouver Island specifically, and a waterproof shoe is a fantastic thing to have. And so I've had waterproof shoes in the past, but this one specifically, I've wanted to try these out because people rave about them. So we went to the mall, went to the store, lined up at the Vessi store, and it was busy. They were shuffling people in and out of the store. People had multiple boxes in their hands. In fact, both my wife and I went with the intent of trying these shoes on. We weren't quite sure if we were going to pull the trigger and spend the money. I think these are $175 plus tax, so they're not a cheap pair of shoes by any means. But we went into the store, had a great experience in the store. The person attending us, even though they were slammed and completely busy, had no problems getting us multiple sizes to try on, and took the time to have a chat with us as well too, which I thought was fantastic. So first of all, A+ experience at the Vessi store. First off, I would say these shoes fit a little bit snug, so I would go kind of the size up. I think they only have full sizes. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but nonetheless, I knew that I wanted to buy the Stormburst specifically, and about a month and a half prior, I saw an ad come out, and they had this special edition NASA shoe that came in, and they only had a limited run of them, and I missed out on that. But I was still hesitating because I never tried the shoes on before. So went into the store, found this space black version. I knew exactly what I wanted to get, tried them on. Great experience. Long story short, absolutely love that experience at the Vessi store. So now let's talk a little bit about the comfort. First and foremost, the number one thing for me is, could I fit my orthotics in there? And yes, I could. I could easily slip the orthotics in there with room to spare. So that was one thing. So that was the first thing I checked off the box. Second thing I checked off the box was, how slip-onable are these shoes? Well, that really is a big deal for me. I don't like lacing and unlacing shoes. I've got boots that do that, and they're a pain in the butt. So I wanted to find out if I could actually slip these shoes on and off simply and easily. And yes, you can. In fact, what's really unique about these shoes is they have almost like the top on these shoes, I don't know if you can see them right there, it's almost like a sock. So they're pretty unique, and they're really, really comfortable to slip on. In fact, your heel slips in right easily, and there's really no concerns about slipping these shoes on and off. So that was one thing I really liked. The laces themselves are really, really sturdy. In fact, I don't think I've untied them once. They got tied once, and then I slip these shoes on and off every day when I use them. What do I use these shoes for? Well, I use these shoes for walking every day or hiking. In fact, they've got a really, really decent tread for hiking. and I would really recommend this tread if you're doing a little bit of light off trail hiking. It's pretty fantastic. Really easy to wash as well too. I had a little bit of an incident where I stepped in something I wished I wouldn't have stepped in, and I took the garden hose to the bottom of these shoes, and they were simple to wash off. In fact, nothing on the interior got wet, even after taking a garden hose to the bottom of these and water splashing everywhere. So that was, I think, a very fantastic thing. Where do I use these shoes? So I use these shoes for walking, light hiking. I use them for driving, so back and forth to work, and I've got a bit of a commute, so I've got a bit of an extended period of time, and they're comfortable as far as that goes for driving, so I don't find any discomfort there. I'm at my desk most of the day. One thing I really found interesting is I expected these waterproof shoes to be very hot to wear. Now, I know it's wintertime right now as I'm shooting this video, but even sitting at my desk at work, I've got, it's room temperature in my office, and I don't find that my feet overheat. So that's a good thing. So they're not cold, they don't overheat, they actually work really well. So let's talk a little bit about the comfort of these shoes. Number one, I talked about having some heel conditions earlier in the video. So that was something I thought, you know, if I go for a long walk, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8K, you know, how I'm gonna feel after the fact. And I have to say that the comfort continues on these shoes. The comfort and stability are absolutely excellent. So I know this sounds like I'm just raving about these shoes, but honestly, these are probably one of the more comfortable pair of shoes that I've ever purchased. And so after spending $175 plus tax, coming out with these pair of shoes and wearing them now for just over a month, good investment, well worth the price. Would highly recommend that you consider buying them yourself. And so, you know, after walking for an extended period of time, they don't tend to lose comfort. They are a bit of a wider stance shoe. So for myself, I'm 240 pounds. I'm not a small guy by any means. And I've got a bit of a wider foot. So they actually fit me quite nice. I feel like I have just enough room in there so that they're still comfortable. They're not snug on the sides whatsoever. The other thing that I found out about these shoes, for my specific feet, and it might be different for you, but they required absolutely no breaking in. So there was not that break-in period where over a period of, you know, a couple of weeks you're having to stretch these out and break them in. No, they were comfortable from the moment I put these shoes on. So absolutely love that. Durability wise, after 1 month's use, you know, I can see a bit of wear on this kind of knit material in here, but I think that's kind of to be expected. I'm really hard on shoes, and I tend to beat them up a little bit, and that little bit of wear really doesn't bother me. It doesn't change the look of them. The nice thing about the Space Black is they're really uniform. I actually wear them to work, and they actually go really well with my work outfit as well too. So I don't have any issues with that. They blend in quite nicely, and they don't really stand out like a lot of running shoes stand out. And then the other thing is, when I look at the actual, after 1 month's use, I see barely any wear on the bottom of this sole. So the sole itself seems to be fairly durable, and it seems to be holding up just fine. Anyway, you know, I talk about random things on this channel. Photography, of course, you know, is my passion. I talk about EDC gear, and I like talking about shoes as well too, because foot comfort is paramount. If you're a street photographer, to walk the streets of Vancouver, for example, like I have with these shoes, they're just so comfortable. You can walk for hours and hours and still feel that level of comfort that you need to, so that you're not focusing on sore feet, but you're focusing on capturing great street photographs. So anyway, thanks for joining me on this video. I know this is a quick rambling review of the Vessi Stormburst in Space Black, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this is helpful for you. If you have any questions, feel free and leave them in the comments below. I'd love it if you consider liking this video as well too. It really helps the algorithms from YouTube and helps this channel grow as well too. And if you would like to subscribe, I would so appreciate that. I think you would enjoy some of the content that I'm putting out on this channel. So anyway, Thanks for joining me in this video. This is Wes, and this is Island by Film.